Although he seems like the crazy kid on tour, when it comes to both fishing and business, there is a method to his madness. His passion for fishing is unmatched. His name?
From Runnymede, New Jersey, Iaconelli!
Fishing was always a hobby. You know, a lot of kids in high school would get home and they couldn't wait to, work on their car, or they couldn't wait to play baseball or hockey or something. And for me, it was fishing, and I couldn't wait. Couldn't wait to get home and watch it on TV or read the magazines. And it was that kind of passion that I had for fishing. And but I was lucky to grow up in an environment where there were other kids my age that did the same thing. It wasn't until I was in college where I really started to figure out that I could take something that was a hobby, something I was passionate about, and turn it into a career. When I was coming through the ranks, I really tried to fit in and be someone that I wasn't. Because at that time, my goal back then was, man, I'd love to make a living in the sport. How do I do it? Well, your instinct is to just kind of fit in and go with it. And I did that in the beginning. The thing that I started realizing is that, you really need to break out of the stereotypical, mold of what everybody thinks an angler is. I can remember trying to solicit my first sponsors back before I turned pro, and getting a lot of cold shoulders, and the only thing that got me some interest in the beginning was the fact that I was a kid from New Jersey, and I was able to kind of be in a region and a demographic that a lot of these companies didn't already own, they didn't already have. And so in the beginning, I used that to my advantage. By stepping outside of the normal pack, I was attracting not only fans, but interest from sponsors, and I was growing my business by building a brand. I think it was back in like 2001 that the TV cameras captured the excitement and the energy. People were kind of shocked by it. I think a lot of people in the industry were turned off. I think a lot of people outside the industry were captured by it. I think it took a while for people to realize that this was really me, that I'm really passionate about the sport, and I wasn't doing it to try to create hype or make money, but this is what I love to do. Outside of the fishing world, I'm a pretty normal guy, you know what I mean? But fishing is that spark for me. When I won the Classic in 2003, they captured something on film where I basically said never give up, and at that time it meant a lot to me because my uncle had battled cancer, went through it, and he kind of was really instilling that in me, and he captured that, and all of a sudden people recognized that tagline with me. And so I was able to kind of just, as time went on, again, it wasn't like I was planning this, but I was taking things that were happening and I was keeping them going and developing into a brand. You've got to believe that you can do it, And when I was growing up, a lot of negativity, You want to do what? You want to fish professionally? Oh, come on, you're from Jersey, you can't do that. You got to believe it. You got to dream it first. I mean, you've got to have that belief there that you can do it. That's the first thing. The second thing is the business model. I've always been big on setting up realistic goals. You got to set up a timeline. As soon as I won the Classic, I had to drive home 23 hours back to New Jersey. And in that truck, I was with a couple buddies of mine, and we sat there and really brainstormed, where we could take this new platform. And from then to now, one of my big goals is to get new people involved in the sport, and that's always been a big goal of mine. And so just to grow the sport, and what that means is to bring new people in, bring kids in, bring fishing to non-traditional places. And so that's what I want to do. And if it's through competitive fishing or through TV or through whatever, if I can do that, if I can bring awareness to fishing and bring new people to the sport, then I'll be a happy camper.